So guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Handy Andy, also known as Andy Andrew, or Drew as some people call me occasionally, and you can see me holding the erbauer paint sprayer here, and we've been using it. I've used it on a few jobs now, and it's been a really great machine. But what I'm going to do today is show you how to replace the nozzle. It does come with two different nozzles. I know I've just turned my back to you there, but I'm just sorting my nozzle out here. This is what came on the machine, and as you can see, that one is black. So this is the 2.5mm aperture. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the hole. I can see through it just about. That will give you a 2.5 hole to spray through, so that will spray emulsions and thick paint like an emulsion. So at the moment it's got the 1.5mm nozzle in. Don't know whether you can see it in there. I'll pull the trigger. That one is for doing like your gloss work, doors, skirting boards, where you need to thin the paint down a lot more than you would do for emulsion, so that you would be using it for spraying, like I've just said, doors and things. So that's for doing a lot finer work with. So you need that for, like I said, doors. So yeah, it does come with the two nozzles, but you do need to change them. Now, to do that, what you need to do is obviously look at the gun. Now, when you originally buy this will be red, this will be black, and this will be red. But I've been using it quite a bit, and it can be a bit fiddly to change this, so you need to be patient with it. And what you need to do is remove the red outer ring first, if it will. It should just clip off. Now what all that does is turn the cow horns in there to change your spray pattern. So you would put it in that position to spray it that way, you would put it in that position to spray it that way. So like I say, all you need to do is remove it. It just unclips. When I say it just unclips, it just unclips, and it does come off. Actually, it does come off, but we'll just get it off. Nothing ever goes right on camera. Have to be careful not to break everything. They are plastic, but they are quite strong, but you know what plastic's like. But it does come off, so put that to one side. Then you need to loosen this off. Now this can be really tight, so you need to have a strong grip. Do not use pliers on it, because again it is plastic, and you're just turning it to the left, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So you're just turning it like so. Now what I would say is put some Vaseline on that if you're putting it back together. I don't have any Vaseline. I do have some grease somewhere, so I'll do that later, and that will help you remove it a little bit easier, and it'll also protect the threads, because what you don't want is your threads cross-threading, especially on plastic, because that means you will need to replace the gun. You can't replace any of the parts, so you'll need to replace the gun. Once you have done that, you're left with these, the cow horns. So that just comes off straight away, and you just need to remove this. Again, you have to be careful. It is plastic, it may break, but once you've got it loose, you should just be able to pull it out with your fingers. Do not use any tools to get these out, because again it is plastic around the sides, and it has a brass nozzle there. Now remember, this is the 1.5, so if you look, you can just about see the hole. If I compare that with the other one, you should just be able to see the differences in the sizes of the holes. So this one's black, the 2.5, this is red, the 1.5. So depending on what you're doing, you need to choose the nozzle that you're using, and then once you've chosen your nozzle, you just need to put it back on. So my next job requires me to use the 1.5, so we're going to put this one back on. Again, making sure it's clear You can clean these out. All you need to do is rinse them through with water. They have a bottle that comes with the kit. You can get rid of any paint inside there, if there is any. You've also got a brush. This can be used for various parts of the machine. You can just use your brush inside there to clean it out. And we're going to put the 1.5 back on because we're going to need that next. Again, a little bit of grease around the inside there, that'll help it come off. This actually already had some grease on it, so strangely enough they put the grease on that but not on anywhere else. You need to make sure when you're putting it back that it lines up with this bit here, this raised bit here. If you notice on there that there is an opening on the side for that piece there, that stops that rotating inside. So again, you need to put that on using your fingers. Do not use any tools, and it just presses down, making sure it's down as far as it will go with your fingers. Give the trigger a pull, make sure it's seated properly, and you should be able to see the pin inside the nozzle opening and closing as I'm pulling the trigger. So that is actually quite a tight fit. So the next thing you need to do is put the cow horns back on, and again you'll notice there is a raised bit on the edge. So this has a little lug there and there at the bottom, so you can only rotate it a quarter turn. So once you put it on there, I don't know whether you can see that, and when you rotate it, it stops it. Now you can sit it the other side and rotate it the opposite side. So depending on whether you're right or left-handed, you can put that on either side you want. It will only turn a quarter of a turn, but as long as it's doing that and stopping, you're fine. That's what it's supposed to do. But again, I think it's for right-handed and left-handed people. Doesn't make any difference to me because I'm pretty good with my left hand. I do have ambidextrous qualities in my hands, and like somebody once told me, I would give my right hand to be ambidextrous, which I am slightly, so I can actually spray right-handed, left-handed. It doesn't make any difference to me, but most people do prefer right and left-handed. So anyway, once you've got that back on, you need to put this black ring back on. Again, you do not need tools, do it hand tight, otherwise you may damage it. Do not use pipe grips to try and get one of these off. Use your brute force, because you may strip the threads, and you do not want to do that at all. Once it's on, make sure it's hand tight and make sure these move freely. As long as they stop for the quarter turn, stop, stop, it's fine. So then all you need to do is replace the outer ring, making sure that these are on either side of the cow horns like that, and it just clips down and it should be fine. Now I do believe you can actually remove this without removing that, but it does unclip quite easily, so I would be tempted to remove it before you remove the other bit, otherwise you may break that and you don't want that. It just helps you move these, but it's no great detriment to that because it would still spray without that on it anyway, but you don't want to break it, so it should be fine. So once you've done all that, put it all back together. It's a case of getting going and spraying, making sure you've got your pressure and everything right and set the gun up right. You should be alright to spray. So yeah, that's how you change the nozzle. Simple as that. Not hard really, but it can be a bit tricky with people because this is quite tight to start with and it just doesn't budge sometimes, and you think, well, if I do it, am I going to break it? Am I doing the right thing? But yeah, you are doing the right thing. You just have to remember that it's lefty loosey, righty tighty. So you're turning it to the left to undo it and turning it to the right to redo it up and tighten it. And once you've done that, like I said, you're the way to go. So that's how you change the nozzle then. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.